Welcome to Fish-A-Magician TV with Dave Graybill. Brought to you by Lyle's Boats and Motors, Hooked on Toys, Cooley Playland, Gaboon Productions, and Bobfile Boats and Motors.
Another kokanee. David over here. Get into this. Got into this. Okay, we're good. This is a nice one. Big fish, aren't they, Dave? Here we go, here we go. You coming, you coming. Okay, lift up on the rock. Lift up for me. Nice job. Okay, we're getting it. You got that one. What a kokanee that is. Look at that. Oh, now that's a kokanee. That's a sockeye. It's a great fish. Look at the size of that. Check it out. It's a nice fish. A nice kokanee. I can see why you like coming up here. Yeah, they're just beautiful fish. Gorgeous fish. Lots of meat on them, thick shoulders on them, shaped like a football. Great fish. Biggest kokanee in the state. Come right from here. Yep.
Also with these kokanee, nice to have that extra long net, isn't it?
It sure is. This is a great net. It floats in case I drop it. And it extends way out, so it increases my catch rate. I don't lose as many fish.
Because they always get right behind the boat and then they just freak out.
They do.
And with their soft lips, it's an easy lose.
See what this one is. Never know up here on Lake Roosevelt. This could be a rainbow or a kokanee.
Got a nice kokanee.
It's another nice fish. Can't hardly turn those loose. Look at that.
Look at that.
Almost a double, about a minute and a half apart.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I have to tell myself that. I forget. That one's got a fish, Dave. So I'll take that. There you go.
There we go.
Still there? Oh, you have a double. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Hard to do. I'm out.
He was small.
Over here, Dave. There you go. It's a rainbow. Nice rainbow.
Good job, Austin. Holy
Yeah, we almost had a double, but he, that other one slipped.
Right there.
I probably would have had him, but I
Well,
kind of have my hands full.
Yeah. That was quite a dance you were doing. Amazing. Well, it's a brisk winter morning here on Lake Roosevelt near Keller. But I tell you what, the fishing for kokanee is hot. Austin Moser, Austin's Northwest Adventures, had us come up here and join him today. He's been fishing up here for weeks, and the kokanee fishing, which by the way, this Lake Roosevelt produces the biggest kokanee, state record size. It has a reputation for it. And already we have been putting 18-inch kokanee in the box. And they're fat too. Oh man, these are gorgeous fish. And Austin, you got onto this earlier this year, and you've really got it dialed in.
Yeah, we got out here, started fishing in late December, and the fishing was pretty good. I moved around a little bit on the lake, and I really dialed it in. And the whole month of January, it's been really good so far. Limits of fish every day, and big fish to boot. We'll get some bigger ones than the 18s.
Oh,
we'll get some 22-inch, 23-inch fish.
Gorgeous kokanee. Now, Keller is where your destination launching site is now, which is just north of Grand Coulee Dam. We have run up here from Spring Canyon, which is just 2 miles outside of the city of Grand Coulee. That's a very popular place to launch. It's got an excellent launch, campsites that are open year-round and all that. Keller has a great facility here too. Yeah. And what you've discovered is that you're closer to the fishing grounds right now by launching at Keller and saving the run up and down. It's probably about a 12-mile run, did we figure?
Yeah, it's 12 miles.
12 miles from Spring Canyon to here. But the opportunity to find fish can happen all the way from Spring Canyon up.
Yep.
I know he's nervous because we got 5 rods in the water and they tend to go off regularly.
They do.
We have been busy this morning. I think Eric, who's on the camera there, Gaboon Productions, figured it took about 1.5 minutes to get the first fish to bite this morning.
Yeah, and it was a nice kokanee, wasn't it?
It was gorgeous, yeah. It's been a terrific morning, and there's more to come. And Austin, thanks so much for having us up here to experience winter kokanee fishing here on Lake Roosevelt.
After a while, they're just dripping with oil.
Oh.
There he is. Real. That's kokanee. I saw him jump.
Okay, I'm backing up.
Almost past the net. Nice job, Ray. That's the beauty of these nets. Collapse down. Look at that fish in there.
Oh man. Look at that.
Look at the mouth on that kokanee. That is a big kokanee.
Way to go, Eric.
Oh,
nice
man.
job.
That's fun stuff right there.
Setting the hook on that planer, good job. Nice. Now this side planer that you're running, what brand is this?
That is a Sidewinder.
Sidewinder. Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Sidewinder. Kind of a curious thing. I'd never seen these before. Now have you adapted your release on it though? This
I
is
have.
different.
Yeah, I customized that. I put an offshore clip on it so that it releases when we get the fish. They're kind of inconsistent on the releases. Sometimes they'll release too early and then you got to start over. Sometimes they don't release and then I have to hand release them while you're fighting your fish. So I eliminated the problem.
Also, the clips that these come with are fairly fragile and they wear out fairly quickly, don't they?
They do. They have a rubber insert that wears out.
Yes.
And so you have to replace them constantly.
Right. Yeah, and so this is kind of an adaptation that seems to work. I've seen other people use these too. That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
But these planers, they're very light. They work. They get it away from the boat, which is the idea.
I sure do.
Then on the business end here, this is the good old flicker shad. And This is a Berkeley product.
It is.
And they dive, what, 10, 12 feet maybe?
Yeah, I think they say 9 to 11 on the package.
Yeah,
something like
okay.
that.
So, and these flicker shads have proven to be very, very effective. I've been using these for walleye on Banks Lake, and they're a great trout lure. But man, the kokanee love them, and the big rainbow up here on Lake Roosevelt too.
What I do is I have 100 feet of mono on this reel, and so I pull this line out until I get to the end of the mono. That way I know I'm 100 feet behind this diver. When I get to there, clip it on the diver. This diver, or it's not a diver, it's a side planer. It's called a sidewinder. I've customized it myself. I put this little clip on it because it there's the braid and the blood knot, and I clip it on from the front right here. That way when a fish hits it, I can set the hook and it comes off the planer and slides back down the line like a slip bobber. So you just get these out here like this. Let the line out. There's a fish right here. There's a fish right here, baby.
Got it. Go. I didn't want to believe Austin because I just took my finger off the rigger. It just hit 11 feet. I just wound it down. It must have taken it on the way down.
That was something. Wow. You're about 9 miles back.
Yeah, I was 8.5 feet further back than I was before.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
He's a puller.
that's a good fish. You've got fish over 25 inches.
We have.
Yeah.
I had Scott out here the last week, and we had one day we had 5 fish over 22 inches. Nice
Gosh.
fish. 4 and 5 pound fish.
I mean, that's just terrific fishing. That's the nice thing about this
Okay, here we
kokanee
go.
and rainbow.
That's a rainbow. That nice fish.
Nice job, Dave. That's a great rainbow. Almost on the jumbo size, a little bigger than the last one we got. Nice fish. You hit that kokobo.
Well, let's talk about that kokobo while you got it.
Well, I tell you what, kokobo tackle out of Idaho, Meridian, Idaho, got turned on to this stuff last year. He makes these fantastic blades. This one is one of my favorites. He came out with some great new colors this year too. This is the watermelon, and it's been one of my favorites, but there's a lot of other great colors. And then behind that, one of my favorites too is this pink blade. And the pink and the orange are my favorites, but he makes a bunch of great colors of that too. And I tell you what, I'm hooked on kokobo tackle because it absolutely works. We had one rod that fished all day long without a bite, the only one on the boat. I decided, well, let's try something different. I put 2 kokobo blades on that rod, and it wasn't out 10 minutes, and it got a fish. That was pretty amazing. Just another good testament to this great tackle made by Kokobo Fishing Tackle out of Meridian, Idaho.
Got her job down there.
Good job.
Here we go, another fish. I think it's probably a kokanee. I don't know.
so.
We're gonna see. Here he
Oh.
comes.
Right there. Home?
Maybe.
I think he's coming.
No, he's still there.
Still there?
Oh, look at that. It's the tiniest kokanee I've ever seen.
Leave it to me.
Oh no.
And it's a wild kokanee. We're gonna shake him off here, I think.
Oh, we got a double going here. Did that corner rod finally light up?
Yes, your Kokobo.
The Kokobo blades. It's been quiet all day until now. Uh-oh. Who's gonna net?
I'm gonna do this. I can make it happen. I'm gonna get them both in one net. Just come on. Oh, you're kidding.
Did you see it, Eric?
It was huge.
Oh, man.
One all day. He got into this other, got into one of these other downrigger rods somehow. That's probably what pulled the fish out.
Well, that's got to be a pretty good fish you've got, Eric.
Yeah, it's a monster. This is raft or something. Well, that's right. I forgot I'm pulling two blades as well as the fish. Yeah.
I saw the fish there.
Oh yeah, here it comes. So there's another line right here that's. You might have to keep him over that side. Yeah. He's coming in kind of slow. Nice job, Eric. That's a great fish.
All right.
Another good one.
Another good kokanee.
Came out right in the net. Casey's fly worked. And the Kokobo. Yeah.
Double blade.
There you go.
Made it happen. That's great. Can't even get this other rod set. You're into another one, Austin.
Yeah. There you go. Love the bend of that rod.
Boy, that was a different fish. That was a bigger fish.
Let's put this over here into this one.
Little scramble here. Look like another kokanee?
Possible. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I think we will. Let's see if I can do this part of it. I
Yeah.
haven't been on this end of it for a while.
Oh, that's another nice kokanee. Oh, good job. Okay.
That's a big one.
Got him.
These are nice fish.
Oh, look at that. Sweet.
He wasn't coming off. No, he's so done.
Got him double hooked there.
Yeah, those kokanee critters, they hook them up pretty good.
Nice.
Trouble hooking.
Good job, Austin. He still knows how to do it.
Yeah, I can actually reel one in. I haven't done that in a while.
Well, Austin, we've had some pretty fast action today on big kokanee. 18 plus, and I know you've gotten bigger ones than we've gotten running into today. And we've talked about the fact that, Lake Roosevelt's known for big kokanee. And at this time of the year. And what's interesting about this time of the year is it's cold water, and you've actually been able to observe the feed in the water. That's why they're down here in this area, but they're in the very shallow, they're in the top 15 feet of the water column. And so that calls for different tactics. And one of the things that you're using today are side planers, for example. And you really don't see that like on Lake Chelan fishing for kokanee. They're deep. But up here, it's really necessary. And so your side planers, how far out from the boat do you like to run them, and how far back?
Yeah, so the side planers that I'm running today are a Sidewinder side planer,
and they are an inline side planer. They go over the line as like a slip bobber. So when you set them, they're 75 feet to 100 feet behind the side planer, and then you clip the side planer on the line, and then I like to let back another 75 feet, 80 feet. Generally I put them on the line counter 180 feet out.
Right.
And I've been running a flicker shad behind them, and I've been running these little Rapalas. They work well. I just have so many different presentations out there that I can key in on what they want that day.
Right.
Because it changes every day up here. I fished 5 days straight, and every day it was just a little bit different. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you said that you might start off and the side planers with the plugs are working great in the morning, and then in the afternoon all of a sudden they're down on the downrig.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you got to be ready, and you are running a variety of all of that today.
Right.
Now I noticed that in addition to the side planers, you also run 2 downriggers.
Yeah.
But they're run shallow as well. We've
Yeah.
caught fish from 14 to 11 feet.
Right.
But those are way back too.
Yeah.
The idea is because these fish are shallow, they're moving away from the boat, and then when they come back to where they were holding, now we're presenting plugs to them.
Yep.
And I know you've tested a variety of different things on your downriggers too. Everything from those like a K-fly type
Yep.
of lure. And today we've run a lot of this tackle from Kokobo that's been working pretty good. Been
Yep.
working really good. These are the blades. That size of blade has been working. And of course there's a variety of colors that we've tried. And then these are Kokobo spinners. And this is an example. You can see the size of the blade and the format. And then the color we've been running today has been their bright pink. And in one case, we had a rod that it was totally quiet all day long. And so I put double Kokobo blades on it that are tied together. And that wasn't out 10 minutes and it lit up for the first time all day. So
Yeah.
always kind of got to be experimenting, and that's something I know you do a lot of.
Right.
And here's another example of something you've experimented with and have had very good success with.
Yeah. It's basically a K-fly.
Yeah.
We just added some eyeballs to it. It's a free drifter fly, kokanee critter. Local guys tying those up. They've been working for me. He
Yeah.
has some other models of stuff that's working too, but I'll run these on the downriggers. I really like the Kokobo Dodger, and I also like the Fast Limit Dodger from Yakima Baits because they have a very large kick to them.
Yeah.
And they really move these baits around, and you can change the leader lengths. You know, I'm running anywhere from 14 to an 18-inch leader up here.
Yes.
And it's been working well. I go about 100 feet back behind the boat, and I clip it on the ball, and then we go down about anywhere from 11 to, sometimes they're down a little deeper, 16 feet.
Okay.
Today we've been finding them in the top 15 feet of the water, but most days, 12 foot's a pretty good number on my downrigger.
Right.
So,
And the other thing on these flies and the spinners is you will add corn to the hooks.
yep,
It may be 2 kernels to each of the hooks on the treble, and then sometimes you add a maggot even to
Yep.
a trailing hook.
yep,
And I also noticed that you stain your corn
right,
with a deep pink
right.
color, and then add some scent to it.
Yep, I do. I add a little Kokanee Frenzy from Procure, and they have a Wizard dye that has some bite enhancers in it. I really like that stuff. It cures the corn, and that works really well for me. And I'll use we'll put a piece of nightcrawler on these as well.
Oh,
And, the rainbows like them, and I catch kokanee on a nightcrawler as well, which is sounds kind of strange, but it works. So.
right. And that's something we haven't even mentioned is the trout fishing up here is tremendous too.
Yeah.
And you can catch some big rainbow while you're at it without changing technique really.
Right.
Yep, same speed, same depth, all of that. Maybe switch to the worm seems to be more likely.
Right.
But you're still catch kokanee.
Yeah, you do.
I tell you, it's so much fun up here because you don't know what you're going to hook, kokanee or rainbow, but they're going to be nice.
Yeah, great
And
fish.
it's a great winter fishery up here in Lake Roosevelt.
Oh, yes. That's it.
Got all the kokanee already. All right. Making him pose. Oh, got him, got him. Right there. That corner rod went off again. But kind of a quiet time here. And that corner, that's the one with the double kokobo blades on it. Try to get some underwater footage of this guy.
Nice. Telling me when the water gets low would be really good. But they take loads of them up to the car. Look at that. Now that was smooth transition. That's right. Smooth transition. No gaps. Where's he going?
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa! That was a kokanee, by the way.
Dave, is that 10-foot release? Is that?
I almost got an
Yeah.
Austin. Holy moly, that came out of there like it was shot by a bow and arrow, man.
Fast reflexes.
Where I needed the 3D camera because
He's being unlimited.
Oh, there he is. He's on. He's on. He's jumping back there.
Yeah, I think he was the whole time.
I think he was too.
Oh God. See that sweeping hook set?
Got one on the side planer this time.
Yeah, I got it off the clip. The real deal. Let's see what we got. Whether it's we're still getting some kokanee heads, even though we're fishing for rainbow.
Wonder what we got.
That's the fun part about this whole fishery.
Yeah,
You never
I
know,
know, right? until you see it.
until you see it.
See, I don't know what we're going to do. I think we're going to go. 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 I think we're going to
rainbow.
Yeah. Take it.
There we go.
Rainbow on the flicker shad. Well, Austin, thank you so much. What a great day. I mean, kokanee fishing on Lake Roosevelt is something people have been talking about for a long time. To experience it is pretty special. I mean, these fish are gorgeous. And the size and the fight, I mean, my goodness, what a great day. And this now, you started up here in December, didn't you?
I did, towards the end of December, and working through January, and I'll fish all the way up until March when I start moving on to walleye fishing and stuff like that.
Right.
But people who catch these fish all summer, they just they move down deeper. You gotta find them in the deeper water,
Right.
basically.
Yeah, and that's just the only difference. They're here all the time.
Yeah.
But you made this look pretty easy. I mean, we didn't have our lines out for a minute and a half to get the first one on.
Yeah.
And we finished the day with the triple.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
did.
you know, and it's tough, you know, because the limit is 2 fish.
Yep.
Wild, and because you're limited to wild. If you happen to run into hatchery fish, then you can catch an additional, what is it, a 6 fish limit?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, 6
That's
fish
right.
total.
With 2 can be wild.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
And then you can have 5 rainbows on top of that.
Right, and the rainbow fish, and beautiful quality rainbow.
Yeah.
I should mention too, now all of these rainbow are released, the department releases 750,000 triploided rainbow into this reservoir every year. So they're abundant, and they're also fantastic eating. It's sometimes hard to tell the difference between a kokanee and a rainbow when you look at the fillets.
Right.
They're terrific, and they can be large too. I mean, fish over in excess of 20 inches are not unusual on the rainbow either.
Right. Yeah, and I should say that too, that it's you can only keep 2 fish over 20 inches up here. 2 rainbow over 20 inches.
2 rainbow over
per
20
guy.
inches on your limit. Okay, that's good to know. But boy, I tell you, this is a terrific way to spend a winter day. Nothing warms you up faster than lots of action, and we sure saw that today.
Yeah, we did.
This was tremendous. Now, if somebody wanted to have this same experience, what's the best way to get a hold of you, Austin?
Well, they can call me. My phone number is 509-668-0298, and my website is www.austinsnorthwestadventuresllc.com.
That's great.
Yeah.
Boy, if you want to have some fun on a winter day, catching quality kokanee and rainbow trout,
Yep.
Lake Roosevelt's the place to do it. And Austin Moser's the guy to do it with.
Yeah. Trophy kokanee fishing right here.
Yeah, okay.
Lake Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Fishin' Magician TV with Dave Graybill. Brought to you by Bob File Boats and Motors, Gaboon Productions, Cooley Playland, Hooked on Toys, and Lyle's Boats and Motors.